we finally get our first win. After 6 weeks. 6 weeks in the PPL, we finally get our first win. Now you would think I'd be jubilant about this win. Or at the very least, I'd at least be happy. But I'm not. Why? Why am I not happy? Because this is just way too convenient. Just after me and Shroom Reaver decided to reveal that this conspiracy exists, now all of a sudden, I get a win? And you expect me to believe, oh, you just give me a win, that's going to throw me off your scent? It makes me going to believe that you don't exist anymore, conspiracy? No. This proves it beyond doubt. You exist, and I'm going to take you down. We are going to take you down. The Shroom Reaver combination is going to take you down. No one can stop us. No one can stop us, and you're not safe. Now, I don't know who that was. There's no way. There's no way. No, this can't be true. This can't. No! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the PPL Division 2 Season 4, week number 7. This week we are playing Toxic Gaming and his Chicago Bewears. My name is RichaadEB, and I am the manager of the Nidoqueens Park Rangers. Now, last week in week 6, we finally got our first win of the season against Kyle. About damn time. So we are 1-5 going into this match. And we're hoping to continue our win streak if we can, but it's going to be super duper difficult because we're facing Carson and his team is spooky. If you guys haven't seen my transfer update or my team builder, then quickly I have dropped Mega Garchomp and Alolan Marowak and picked up Mega Venusaur and Haxorus. If you want to know why, you can watch my transfer update for that. And if you haven't seen my team builder, a quick rundown of my team. I'm bringing a Sash Azelf as my Suicide lead. I've got a Shed Shell Heliolisk. I've got my Autotomy Celesteela, my Dragon Dance and Swords Dance Haxorus, my Shell Smashing Barbaracle, and a Jewel Screens Togekiss. So, if you didn't see the paste bin that was left in the description of my team builder, my game plan for this, going into it, is I have to set up early and kill him early, otherwise I lose. I couldn't bring anything bulky to this game because if I did, it would just grant him all of the offensive momentum, and if he gets the offensive momentum, I lose because his offense absolutely annihilates me. Mega Charizard X just destroys my team. I cannot bring a stop to that. A Banded Scizor, a Life Orb Jolteon, a Scarf Braviary, a setting up Decidueye with Nasty Plot, a Swords Dance. It hurts me so much that I just cannot possibly stop it. Not to mention Dugtrio. I fully expected him to bring a Scarf Dugtrio because it outspeeds a Barbaracle at +2 if I was a Shell Smash variant, and he could just pick me off with an Earthquake. It allows him to trap my Heliolisk, which is why I brought a Shed Shell, and allow it to Earthquake that to kill it. I expected it to do a lot, but for him to get a lot of free switches into his Charizard using the trapping on the Dugtrio, that's what I thought he would do, but as you can see on the screen, he has not elected to bring Dugtrio. So he has brought the Braviary, the Jolteon, Decidueye, the Scizor, Mega Charizard X, and the Gardevoir. So a lot of the stuff that I was hoping he didn't bring because it annihilated me, he brought, understandably. But I'm going to stick to my game plan. I have only one way of winning this game, and it needs to work, otherwise I lose. So before we get into this game, links will be in the description to various things and stuff. You've got the PPL fan Discord server, you've got the PPL Public, you've got the PPL public spreadsheet, you've got links to every manager in the PPL. Make sure to go check out Carson's side of this battle and his videos as well, because he's a really good friend of mine, and he does some cool videos and stuff, so go check him out. So, without further ado, let's get into this game and let's see if we can continue our win streak against Carson and the Chicago Bewears. So, my game plan: lead with my Sash Azelf, set up rocks, set up as many screens as I can, and explode on something in front of me. That is the game plan here. So, as I said, gonna lead with my Azelf, and we can see here, after my Azelf comes out of its Master Ball for some reason, Carson is going to elect to lead with his Braviary. So, Braviary, I'm expecting to be Scarfed. If it is, I'm going to live on my Sash, or he's going to U-turn out. He elects to U-turn, and he reveals he is in fact Scarfed. Doesn't take me down to a Sash, and regardless, I'm getting up my rocks, whatever wants to come in. He is going to go into his Rocky Maivia, that is his Decidueye, as I'm going to get up my rocks. Now, I know he's probably just going to take me out with a Ghost move this turn, or he's going to overpick and go for a Sucker Punch, something like that, so I'm going to go for a Reflect, hoping he would hopefully go for a Sucker Punch. He doesn't, I'm going to go for the Reflect, and I'm going to get that up, which is nice, and I'm just going to sack off my Azelf to whatever Decidueye wants to go for. Turns out he has the Spirit Shackle, and he's going to knock out my Azelf with this move right here. So I'm down to 5-6 down early on, but that was always the plan. Azelf comes in, sets up rocks, sets up as many screens as it can, and then dies. Cool. Now I'm going to go into my Celesteela, and I'm going to set up, because it's the best thing that I have to set up in front of a Decidueye, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going to click Autotomize, and we get up to +2 speed. It lowers my weight by 100 kilos, but because Celesteela is so heavy in the first place, Heavy Slam is still 120 base power against his entire team. He's going to go for the default, gets rid of the rocks, gets rid of the Reflect. But I don't mind that because I'm already set up. It did what it needed to. It got me a free turn to set up. Now I'm going to click Heavy Slam and see how much damage I can do to this Decidueye. It's a lot. Nice. He's going to go for another Spirit Shackle. It's going to get some nice damage on my Celesteela because I'm not bulk invested at all on this Stealer, but we do take it pretty well, which is nice. Now he's going to get some lefties back. It's not going to matter. Another Heavy Slam is guaranteed to knock him out. If he wants to try and switch around and get cheeky with it, I'm going to be doing a lot of damage to his team. He's just going to stay and go for the Sucker Punch and get a little bit more chip damage off on my Celesteela before I knock him out with the Heavy Slam. So Celesteela picks up a kill and the Decidueye is down. Now I'm going to get a Beast Boost into my attack, and I am going to be quite spooky. Now he's going to bring in his Jolteon. Now if he's Scarfed, he'll be outspeeding me. If he's not, I will outspeed him and I will knock him out with an Earthquake. He's not Scarfed. I go for the Earthquake and I knock out the Jolteon. Now I'm at +2. Celesteela picking up 2 kills. Now, at this range, nothing can take a hit other than the Scizor. That is it. But funnily enough, Scizor can't touch me. The only thing that can take a hit at this point is something that can't touch me. Brings in his Scarf Braviary, but I have enough speed on this Celesteela so that at +2 I outspeed a Charizard X at +1. That's speed creeping my Haxorus. I have enough speed on this Celesteela so that at +2, a Charizard X that speed creeps my Haxorus will get outsped. I'm gonna outspeed the Scarf Braviary regardless of what investment it is, and I knock him out with a Heavy Slam. He brings in the Scizor, but he has nothing to touch me. He goes for a Bullet Punch. We can see from this he's banded, does quite a decent amount of damage for a resisted Bullet Punch on a Celesteela, but even with a crit, he might not even be able to knock me out with another one. So I'm gonna click the Earthquake. It does a lot of damage, but it's not going to be quite enough to knock him out. You can see he's uninvested from that damage. Now he's going to go for the Bullet Punch, and we can see here he does not crit me. We live that fairly comfortably. Going to click the Heavy Slam. We're going to knock out the Scizor, and at this point I'm at +4. All he has left is his Gardevoir and his Mega Charizard X, and because of the rules in the PPL, he has to Mega Evolve first turn with his Charizard, so I can click Earthquake against it. I don't have to try and get cheeky with Mind Games and try and click Heavy Slam or Earthquake, depending on whatever. I can just freely click Earthquake against it. He brings in the Gardevoir. He's going to trace my Beast Boost. Not that it matters. I'm just going to click the Heavy Slam button, and obviously this would kill about 17 Gardevoirs, so I'm okay with that. Gardevoir's going to go down. Celesteela is at +5 attack right now. He has nothing anymore. +2 speed, +5 attack. No one has anything for a +2 speed, +5 attack Celesteela. In comes the Charizard, and like I said, he has to Mega Evolve here. It doesn't matter that the rocks are gone. I'm at +5 attack, and Earthquake would kill about 2 Charizards at this point. So he's going to Mega Evolve up. He's going to go into his Mega Charizard X, but this is his last Pokemon, and he has nothing. I click the Earthquake button, we knock out the Mega Charizard X, and that is a 5-0 victory against the Chicago Bewears, and that went perfectly. My goodness, that was awesome. I did not expect it to go that well, if I'm honest. Now, I should say it, Carson admitted he played that fairly poorly because when I was at +1, his Mega Charizard X could have taken an Earthquake. It was a roll, it was a 12.5% chance to kill him, but his Mega Charizard X could have taken a hit and then knocked me out with a Flare Blitz, although he didn't actually have Flare Blitz. I had an Occa Berry, but I don't think that Ranger could have taken it anyway. He did have the Thunder Punch. I'm not sure on the roll on Thunder Punch as to how much it would have done. I think it would have knocked me out from a Max Attack Charizard X. So that probably would have been his better play, but he didn't realise that Celesteela got Earthquake, which was a huge oversight on his part. So it was just like a bit of a brain fart, just forgot that Celesteela has Earthquake, so he went into his dual turn thinking that he could take a +1 Heavy Slam, knock me out with a Thunderbolt, but unfortunately I clicked the Earthquake button, I got to +2, and that was game from there. He had nothing. As soon as Celesteela was you know, set up and ready, he had nothing for it after that, so that went pretty much perfectly. I couldn't have asked for better, because that matchup was possibly the worst matchup I've had the entire season, with his offense versus my team. That was probably the worst matchup I've had all season, and I'm happy I managed to come away with a big victory from that one, which was awesome. And now Celesteela got 6 kills in that game, and it now has 10 kills for the season, which is pretty cool. And we get our second win in a row. We get a 1-0 victory and a 5-0 victory. So it puts us 2-5, and we still potentially, if we win out the season, we can still potentially come away with a positive record for the season. At the very least, we could tie or beat our 4-7 record that we have so far. Even if we finish 5-6 for this season, it will be my best season in PPL, which seems ridiculous to say, bearing in mind how the season started. But it could very well be my best PPL season to date. So I'm remaining hopeful. So we need to try and keep our win streak alive here. Next week we're playing Amazing Chi of the New Crosser United, who has had a really good season so far. So it's going to be a really tough challenge to try and topple that giant. But we've beaten him in the past. I'm sure we can beat him again. So we're going to be facing him next week. Make sure to stay tuned for that. But thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like on the video. You can, of course, subscribe for more content, and hopefully I will see you guys sometime soon.